We all have a story to tell. What can you learn from other people's life experiences, both winning and learning? See, in sports, you win and you lose when the scoreboard hits 0. But in life, the clock is always ticking. So you might as well learn. Winning and learning, never losing. There's a recipe for success, and there's a recipe for repeating.
Experience is the best, like education. Sometimes the tuition's too high. So what does that mean?
Ooh, say that again.
We'll be able to contribute. I want to talk about the process of life. I want to talk about life experiences. I want to talk about trusting the process. So I just want to do my part and give back to the community, give back to the youth, and hopefully it touches somebody's lives and motivates them. And that's really what it's all about.
Hey, what's up, guys? Coach here, the real estate coach, Mark Nunez. Welcome back to another episode 7 of Chalk Talk, the open playbook of life. To my left, I have my coach, Coach Bailey. To my right, Coach Serta's not here today. She's catching flights, not feelings. Think she went to Seattle. I don't know where she went. She's gone, so she's not here today. I guess everybody gets a week off around here, but me. You had a week off. She had a week off. Me and Elliot behind the camera. Where
grinding never stops.
Yes, at where grinding never stops.
Don't forget the at.
Don't forget the at. It's a play on.
Just move on. We're good.
So we got my guy Andrew Nunez here.
Appreciate
with Pure Wellness, True Health.
Yep.
So we appreciate you coming in, man. So also I want to thank our sponsor, Alternative Solar. Maybe you can start sponsoring one day, man. I don't know.
I'm here to help, man.
We'll work on that. My guys want to get paid, so maybe they've been asking me for a raise from $0. So, well, actually, Elliot gets paid, but anyway, that's
we'll double it. We'll double it.
Oh, my bad. Shouldn't have brought that up. Yeah. So, welcome back, guys. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying the show. Again, remember to subscribe, like, and comment, share with your friends and families. Still getting a lot of positive feedback from random people. Not random people that I don't know, but just like randomly in the inbox. So I think we're still we're still making a good little impact. So, well, yeah, man, how you doing today, Andrew?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for being on here. I appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about you and your company. Just go ahead and plug it. You know what I mean?
True Health, creating safer spaces. So what we specialize in is whole home water treatment, whole home air purification. So essentially, what we're trying to do is create like the healthiest space possible. So we install like point of entry units. So whether it be like water softeners, water conditioning systems, also point of entry air filtration systems. So what they do is eliminate any type of contaminants, whether through air or water. So it's real good if you have like any skin conditions, allergies, eczema, dry skin, sensitive skin. The water system removes that. If you have asthma, allergies, what else? Pet dander, dust, a lot of dust in your home, viruses, fungi, our air filtration system is going to remove that. So you can check us out at TrueHealthTX.com. Nah, just TrueHealthTX.com is the website, or at TrueHealthTX.com if you want to find us on Instagram.
He's done this before. This is very fluid.
He's very fluid. No,
delivery is nice.
I don't know if you ever seen this guy's got videos on videos. I'm like, he's all smooth, like with the family and like a suit and everything. So Andrew, man, tell me, we used to work together.
Yep.
We used to slang water softeners together. If y'all didn't know, during the summers, I would have to make extra money because I was a broke teacher. Or I was a teacher that didn't get paid enough. Shout out to all the teachers out there, because I know what y'all going through, especially I don't know what y'all going through because I got out before this. But the whole, just much kudos to teachers. Y'all impact a lot of people's lives. It was one of the joys of my life. But man, I know we used to work together. We used to door knock together. Summer is hot. What had you take that step in opening your own company and taking that route?
Honestly, man, I just wanted to be able to help more people and reach more people, whether it be through like referrals, just honestly just provide more value. You know, like I saw there was a need in the market, and I wanted to reduce costs and it all goes back to adding more value to the customer. We want to provide the best experience. I mean, and you know, through people who we work with, it's just things are a little off. You know, like I don't feel like we were placed in the best situation to succeed. So that's what I'm all about. You know, I want to put my reps, my installers, everyone in the best situation or place to do the best. You know, so it's really not about me. It's more of a trickle down effect. I want them to succeed, and I know if they do, I am gonna in turn succeed. You know, so it's about helping others before helping myself. So that's really what I wanted to do. And add more different products, you know, integrate different ideas to make it easier for the reps. Like you said, man, we were out there in 100-degree summers. It wasn't fun. We got the job done, but there's always a better way. You know, there's always a better way, and I wanted to kind of venture out and make that happen.
There's a lot of things you said right there. Always a better way, being selfless, helping other people. I mean, I think that's the whole point of this show, right?
Yeah.
We want to, you know, help anybody and anybody that wants to listen and try to take some advice. So, how's the journey been starting your own company, man? Like,
honestly, it's been great, man. I mean, it's a new company. You know, we've been around. We're gonna hit 2 years here in September, so we're really excited about that. As you know, most companies don't succeed past the first year, so I'm really excited about that. We're growing. We're venturing down into South Texas. We're developing a lot of different relationships with, say, like builders, brokerages, even HVAC companies. Shout out. What is it? Elevated.
What's up, Cole?
Jamarion, what's up, my guy?
Not much. Come on in.
Appreciate you having me out. Good looking.
Appreciate you.
Right.
You.
Good to be here.
Cole's here, baby.
Whoa. How do you too? Man,
Cole, come
great.
have a seat, man.
My goodness.
Cole, bro, you know how I feel about that. Stop playing with me.
Appreciate you inviting me to
Cole,
your
stop
home, my
playing
brother.
with me. You're welcome.
Good
Now,
looking out.
earlier on the phone, okay, I was trying to tell you about what happened at work today.
Yeah.
So you remember a boy tried to text me, talk about, hey man, I'm trying to let you know about what happened yesterday.
That's important.
And I'm like,
Listen. I didn't want to say anything. Honestly, I really didn't. But your wife is hot as bro. Wow.
Cole, I appreciate you, but stay on topic, okay?
What?
Like I was saying.
Listen, no, seriously, bro. Like, I'm not talking about like a little hot. She is smoking hot. Like,
Cole.
seriously, what are you gonna do
Cole.
about it, bro?
You already know how I feel about this.
my gosh.
You don't need to keep emphasizing on my wife.
What do you mean?
okay?
I'm just saying, your wife is
Cole.
over there. She is hot as.
You are getting.
What are you gonna do about it, bro?
Disrespectful, and you starting to piss me off.
Disrespectful?
You know how
No,
I
I'm
get.
not.
Cole.
Bro, listen. Hey, look at you. I'm gonna have to say you look pretty hot
All
yourself.
right, get out. Get out.
What?
Get out. I'm not with this funny.
I'm just asking.
Get out.
What
get
are
out.
you gonna do
get
about
out.
it, bro? When
Get out.
are you gonna get a new AC unit?
Cole, I'm tired.
You guys are sweating balls in here, bro.
You were talking about an AC unit this whole time?
What were you talking about?
Oh, I thought you was hitting on.
What do you?
Hold on. So when you hold on. So when you was talking about my wife being hot, you was talking about sweat.
Come on, man. Come on.
Oh my
Listen, sit down, bro.
gosh.
Sit down. Listen. Hey,
I do.
you need a new AC unit.
Yes, I need a new
got
AC
you.
unit.
I got you covered, bro. Okay? I got you covered. All
I
right.
really thought you was.
Listen up, man. Listen up. If your wife is as hot as Jamarion's wife, do me a favor. Call Elevated HVAC. We'll take really good care of her. Yeah, just right there. Yeah, perfect. Thanks.
Alternative solar, but it's elevated HVAC.
Yeah,
Eric, holla at me.
Yeah, holla at me too, Eric.
But it's been good, honestly, man. I appreciate the hard work, the struggles that I've gone through, you know, because it puts me in the position that I am in today, you know, so I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Yeah, and I know we've done some business together, obviously, and we have a connection that goes. And you sometimes when you meet people in this business, especially in the real estate and all these, you know, there's a lot of people out for themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yes.
And the relationship is not always pure.
Right.
And I had my little doubts about you too for a little bit, but no, you really added value to my business. You've helped my clients, and so I appreciate that. So I know every single day I see on your posts, and you're
Yeah.
pretty consistent. And I think we could talk about consistency. I think that's a big part of success. You post a win today.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Where do you get that from, and why do you do that?
I do it every day. It's honestly, it's not really for anybody else. It's for myself, you know, to do that work every day, because everyone's always looking for that shortcut. But honestly, like, the secret to success is in the work that you're trying to avoid, you know? So it's just a constant reminder of what I need to do. I need to get it done no matter what it takes. Even if it's just a small win, say I help one person out, it's a win. Whether it's I got to spend extra 30 minutes with my family, it's still a win. You know, all these little wins every day, they equal up to a winning week, winning month, winning year, and that in turn leads to success, you know? So people always trying to get to the top, skipping steps, but I mean, it doesn't work that way. You got to put in the work, do the work, and I mean, you work your way to success.
How do you find that consistency, man? What would you, if somebody listening today, like, hey, I just started working out, hey, I just started a new job, I started my own business.
Yeah.
How would you encourage them to win the day or to stay consistent with that?
That's a good question.
Thank you. I'm getting better.
Yeah. First, I mean, you got to believe in yourself, first of all. You know, there's a reason why you made the decision to start your own business or take that fitness journey. It starts with just that day, you know, like say a guy wants to lose 100 pounds. You're not going to lose 100 pounds in one day. You're going to lose a pound a week. You know, it's going to compound to like 5 in a week and then 10, you know, and it's just consistent. You got to want to do it. You know, it's not something that you can wish to do it. You can will yourself to do it. And when you will yourself to do it, that's where you develop the consistency, and that's when you actually get the work done. So first, like I said, it's going to start with believing in yourself. Look for those small wins, and they're going to compound to bigger wins, and you're going to get what you want.
Yeah, I think there's that saying is like, how do you eat an elephant?
Yeah,
So
one bite at a
I was
time.
literally thinking the same thing.
Really?
Literally.
Great minds think alike, man. Yeah, you eat an elephant by one bite at a time.
Yeah.
So I think more people should try to take that. You know, we talk about the process on the show. We talk about ever fluid process, but understanding that every day is part of the process.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get to the end, you can't get to the goal without taking those steps every single day. So, Bailey, got anything? Question?
I would say even adding with that, you're going to do a lot of things that you probably don't want to do.
Right.
Like, even going back to what you just said, eating an elephant, like, to me, I don't think an elephant probably tastes good, but it's just a...
Tastes like chicken.
It's just a metaphor for just every little thing that you don't want to do every day, but you know you have to do it in order to be successful.
Yeah, I think people, like you said, cheat
Yeah.
or want to cheat.
Yeah.
They want that quick. You know, we live in a microwave society.
Yeah.
We talked about that many times. Very quick gratification.
Yeah.
But I can imagine, I mean, year two, it's crazy because you said your year two's in September.
Yep.
September ends my second year in real estate.
Yeah.
And like you said, the success rate of realtors, 80% of realtors don't make it past their first year.
Wow.
So, you know, with my business going well for itself right now, it's just a blessing. But I always think it's the pureness that you give, no pun intended, right? Like when you are pure with your intentions,
Right.
like I want to help people get houses. I want to help people live that American dream, so to speak, for owning the home, right? Well, I don't think I get clients because I'm the best realtor in San Antonio. I think I'm pretty good.
You are pretty good,
I'm
man.
working on top 50. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm working with them soon. Platinum Top 50 coming soon. Yep.
Oh, really?
I'll see you there.
Hey, I'm going. I'm trying. I'm close.
You'll be there.
Yeah,
I have
think
no doubt.
will. But when you bring that pureness to people, they can see that. You know, when you post your win of the day, I try to be as consistent as days I fall off. And we all do, right? Like,
Right.
I haven't been in the gym in 2 weeks. I pulled a muscle in my pec, and I'm glad Sutter's not here because she'd be like, yeah. But it's her fault that I pulled the pec. Like, just saying. But I know this week I'm going to get back on it. And it's okay. Like, I think people forget. Let me start hitting the table, Valerie, again. Every time I hit the table, she reminds me. But it's okay that you're going to fall off. There's going to be times where you fall off the train, the wagon, whatever it is. But it's all about getting back on it. You know, like that old saying is like, you know, if you get knocked down 7 times, get back up 8. I think we're so hard on ourselves where we don't, like, if we fall off, I think National Start Over Day is Monday, right? Like, everyone's like, you can fall off on a Tuesday, and you're like, okay, I'm starting again on Monday.
Next Monday.
Like,
It's like, you gonna throw away, and we throw away time. because we assume time is just going to be there. And I've learned within the past, few weeks with losing my friend Malik, DMX, like people like that, death is always happening and you just never know. So why are you waiting that week? That Monday might not come.
Right.
God will. But it's okay to fall off for a day, but why are we not getting back on the next day? Why do you think people struggle with that?
Honestly, they're just looking for excuses, like excuses nowadays they're rampant, They just, it all boils down to doing the work, man. They don't want to do the work. Like everyone wants like the quick fix, the magic potion. That doesn't exist, It might exist, it might get you where you want to in a week, but you're not going to feel, you're not going to appreciate it because you didn't do the work that it took you to get there. For example, when people win the lottery, why do they lose all their money? Because they don't feel they earned it.
To get that money.
But you see the guy struggling to build his business 5 years, 10 years, posting every single day, not getting one response, not one like. You know what? He is going to get where he wants to go because he put in that work and he's going to appreciate it. And you know what? Even if he loses it, he's going to get it all back because he knows what it takes to get it done.
Absolutely. You have any questions for him right now? Oh, before
No, one thing that you did say was whenever y'all were selling the water softeners, you felt like you could put people in a better position, right? And that goes back to the open playbook of life. As a head coach, what's your job? Put your players in the best position to be successful. And I like that you touched on that without even being coerced in that direction.
Right.
So that's a mark of a true leader, really.
I believe that, putting people in the best position to succeed. I think with that too is like being able to help people understand their role and their position in not only on a football field but in life.
Right.
Because say for instance, I tell a player, hey, this is where I need you. In their mind, they have an idea where they want to be or where they're needed. And that's probably one of the hardest things, especially leading men. I have a saying, if you can lead men, you can lead anybody, because, we're kind of the hard-headed, we're tougher, we're tougher to convince or to follow other people, right?
Right.
But if you can understand that, hey, this is not where you're best at. And I think a lot of people think they know what they're best at, but they're not real. You're not like ET. You're not that sweet at that.
Right.
Like you're not that good at that. This is probably where you need to be. We need to sometimes, and that's the self-assessment part, is like understanding that's not what's good for me.
Right.
And it's the people you're surrounded with, the people that you're around, that you are following. Right? If you following the wrong people, you're going the wrong way. Like that saying is like, show me the 5 people you hang around the most and I'll show you where you're going.
Right.
I believe that's a true thing. I try to surround myself with people like this that are humble-hearted, like Elliot, like him, like you know what I mean, Serta. That everyone has their own little gift, but yet they're still adding value. And every time they talk about that, it's like adding value to each other's lives is very, very important, because if not, then what are we doing? Right. Like all I want to do is add values, and it can get a bit discouraging. Like I know when we started the show, man, there's 100 views to, I don't know, and it's kind of dropped a little bit. And it can be a little humbling, right? It's like, dang, well, what can we do better, right? I always want to be better. But I'm like, I'm still getting messages. I'm still seeing 30, 40 views. And it's like, you know what? Hey, what's going on, guys? Mark Mendez here with eXp Realty, the real estate coach. A lot of my clients and family members and friends ask me who my solar guy is, so I want to introduce you to him, Eric Allen of Alternative Solar. And he has something that he wants to exclusively offer to my family and friends.
Yeah, hey guys, look, we know that buying a house and owning a house can be very costly. So what I'm doing strictly for just Mark's guys and Mark's people is what we're doing is we're taking care of your first year of utility bills by going solar. Not only that, we are registered contractors. So everybody that goes solar through my company gets $2,500 in your pocket. Free estimate, free quote, guaranteed to save you money. Just let us know Mark sent you.
That's what it is. We keep putting out some content. We keep putting out, trying to encourage people, and we're getting better with the show, I think. More fluid, more talking. I think it's going to come. Yeah. But people in life we don't see that. Like, we want that. I want the 1,000 views. Yeah. I want I want everyone to like us. But it's like, it's not about that. It's about the process, and let's just keep putting it out, and then hopefully it keeps growing.
Right.
So I kind of want to transition a little bit.
All right.
Last night was the Hall of Fame. We're filming on Sunday, obviously. Last night was induction in the Hall of Fame. You are from California?
Yeah, Riverside.
Riverside,
Shout
California.
out.
Where is that in regards to LA?
About southeast.
South,
About an hour,
how many-
hour and a half.
An hour and a half? Okay.
LA traffic, like 3.
I wouldn't know. I've never been out there. I'm gonna go one day. You're a big Kobe fan.
Yes.
You're a big basketball fan.
Yep.
So I want to kind of talk about that. The speeches were last night. We're not gonna touch on Kobe just yet. You know, we're gonna kind of save that. But did you see this? You saw some of it?
Yeah, I saw a majority of it.
So one of the things that I found interesting about it was that there was all different types of people on there. You know, had African Americans, black people, white people, old people.
Yeah.
I mean, younger people. I mean, we think Tim Duncan's old. He's like 40, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's 40. Like,
Yeah.
come on. I mean, I'm 40, but I think I look better. Tim, what are you doing with your hair? Tim.
But Tim has hair.
Hey.
Well, maybe he shouldn't. Maybe he should go back to no hair. I don't know. Like, no one's ever asked Tim what's he doing with his hair.
He's
Like,
being
it's just
free.
sitting- Anyway, I still love you, Tim. Grace, powerful, whatever. But back to that is like, I want to talk about different people in life. Tamika Catchings. It's one of the first things that caught my eye. I've known her to be a great women's player. I did not know she had a speech impediment. I did not know she was deaf. How do you have shortcomings, you have things that maybe you're insecure about, I'm sure everybody does. How do you combat that and continue to succeed and keep pushing forward?
Honestly, you or I just accept them. You know, I mean, you can either work on them, accept them, or just let them hold you back. You know, the choice is yours. You know, if you choose to accept them, you can work on them. Some things you can't. But you can't let them hold you back in the sense like you can't fear like your insecurity. You know, like you brought up Tim Duncan. Like he got up there and what did he say? Like this is the most scared or nervous he's ever been. You know, so public speaking. I mean, obviously it's obvious that's his number one fear. You know, and it's honestly it's most people's. But the way to overcome that, how do you overcome that?
Doing it.
Yeah, you do. You have to do it. You know, and again, it comes back to doing the work. So you just practice, and you get good at it. Eventually your insecurity becomes like your security. It's like, oh man, I got to go do this speech. I got to do this talk. No big deal. I've done it thousands of times. Yeah, you'll still be nervous, still get the butterflies, but you did the work and you're prepared. That I mean, you know what you're doing.
Right.
You know, so really, you just have to do it. You know, you have to just overcome it. You know, and some people are like, well, how do I do that? I'm just so scared. Where do I start? It starts by just accepting it, realizing where you're weak at, where your shortcomings are, where your insecurities are, and just doing the work to overcome them, you know? Doing the opposite.
And he did just that. I mean, he recognized, like, this is the most nervous. So he already put it on the table.
Yeah.
So anything that happens after that is, you know, it's all good.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's very interesting, and I think the kind of life lesson out of that is that you got this guy that's great. Like, I mean, arguably, and I think the greatest power forward ever.
he is.
Right? Yeah, I mean, but you would think Tim Duncan got all the money, got, 5 rings, got success, and he's been through some things in life, and you got to imagine his life is public, right? So
Right.
everyone knows about the things he's been through, but he still has this fear. Like, you would think, most people think that, like, when you got it all together,
Well, you got it all together.
right, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, people think that we don't have fears. People see business people that are successful, athletes that are successful. Another person that comes to mind is DeMar DeRozan. He talks about his depression and his anxiety and how he deals with that. Have you ever seen the tattoo? He has the Joker tattoo.
No.
I thought that was pretty cool. But he deals with those things. So I think the takeaway from that is that everyone has something. We all have insecurities. We all have something that we battle almost every day, if not every day. So just fighting through that. So, I mean, Tamika Catchings, hers is, she literally has no control over that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, she was born with it. How do you deal with things that you have no control of? How do you face those things? I mean, in the business world, in real estate, I get fires every day, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
So that's actually pretty easy. what I do, I just focus on the things I can control, you know, because if I worry about the things that I can't, I'm worrying myself into a problem. The problem's going to be there, you know, so why focus on it? It's going to be there. I'll do it as it comes, but if I focus on the things that I actually can control, those things I can't, they're nothing, you know, they're easy to get through.
Bailey, how do you tackle?
I deal with that every single day at work. I think a lot of people look at me and they say, oh, well, you're so calm or whatever, but it's because I have a very specific system on how I go throughout my day, because I know the goals that I need to accomplish, so that way I can get the things off of my table that, like you said, you can control, and then by the time I get to the problems, they're not as big anymore, they're not as so worrisome, I don't have so much on my plate, because the controllables also add to the problem, because I know, okay, I got to get all this done. So it's just a game of attrition, just knocking it down little by little.
Right.
So I brought this up before we started filming. Would you consider yourself an introvert?
100%.
Okay, and I think Tim Duncan, a lot of people don't realize he's an introvert. What advice, Bailey, would you give? Because he's not an introvert.
I am, though, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I have to talk to people. That's how I get business. So
Well, I know that.
Yeah, but naturally, I'm an introvert. I'm a real quiet person. I'm very quiet. Yeah, you'd ask my wife, she would say, yeah, he's an introvert.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Talk about how you overcame that then, because
I mean, I just got comfortable being uncomfortable, honestly.
ooh, that's nice.
That's it. Like, we have to speak to people, right, to be able to get a deal, close a deal, set up the deal. You have to do it. You know, there's no way around it. We don't do it, we don't eat, right?
Right.
So I just had to get comfortable in the uncomfortable.
And I think that's one of the things that once I got in the door,
Yeah.
I was comfortable.
Yeah.
But like getting in the door, I hated it.
Yeah.
I was so uncomfortable. Like I would y'all, you remember we driving around in the car
Yeah.
and I'd be in the car and I'd just be like,
Yeah. Dreading getting
Like,
out.
how did I get to
I
this?
dreaded I love to drive. We're talking. We stop at the corner store. We get some
out.
food. We get but as soon as we drive into the neighborhood that I know we're gonna door knock,
Clam up.
here we go. Like who's going first? Nah, but let Andrew go first. Let Andrew.
Yeah, those are the days.
But that's very important. Like you said, I don't think I ever got comfortable being uncomfortable as far as that, because that's not my nature. I'm not a salesman.
Right.
Right?
Really?
I'm not a salesman.
I don't know, man.
You think I'm a
I think
salesman?
you might be selling yourself short.
Hey.
You have the gift of gab more than anybody I know, for sure.
This guy's
And
good.
you may not think that you are like trained to be a salesman, but I think it's just within your
just natural.
But see,
intrinsic.
that's the difference though. Like, so I can do it naturally. Like I can talk to people. I love talking to people.
Right.
But I knew in the back of my mind I'm selling them something.
Yeah.
Right? And I didn't ever want it to feel, and the reason why I was so successful at it was because once I got in, we just naturally talked.
Yeah.
You know, we flowed. I found something in common that we had, and then we just went with it. But actually knowing in the back of my head, I asked them, I wasn't the best closer. I would come in, I built this awesome relationship, super great rapport, and then I'd be like, okay, Paul, come in, or Andrew, come in and close this, because I don't like to sell people. And people think, well, you're in real estate. Houses I don't need to sell a house. Well, I mean, I do need to sell a house, so if you need a realtor, get at me. But houses sell themselves.
Right.
People want to buy a house. It's a dream. It's a status, so to speak. It's a goal for a lot of people, right? So how do you deal with that, and knowing that you technically, and I think you take the right approach. I already know you're going to answer this, but like, how do you go from proving you're not selling something to you're truly helping somebody's health and wellness in their own home?
Honestly, just being genuine, you know, that's kind of the same way you do it. You know, I show them that they have a problem, we have a solution, they want help, great, let's help you out. If not, you know what, I'm still going to make a friend, you're going to need my help eventually, and I'm still going to help you out. So I know we were kind of trained like always, like it's now or never, but honestly, I learned that's not the case, like really? at all. So I've had people call me a year later, like, hey, you still with this company? No, but I still do the same thing.
Right.
No problem. You know, we helped them out. We got them treated water, purified air. But it comes back to just being genuine. And when the people see that you are genuinely trying to help them and not sell them per se, they're always going to go with you. You know, even if it costs them more than, say, like your competition or another company, they're going to buy from you because of you, not even because what you're offering. It could be the worst product, but that's the difference between us. We do have like high-end products, like quality products to match like our customer service. So once they see that, it's a no-brainer for them. Kind of like the reason why I help so many of your clients. They just know that you wouldn't send them someone bad or a bad product or nothing. It's just an easy transition. Yeah. You know, that's why I've been able to help so many of your people.
That's cool, man. So let's get back to the introvert thing, because I think it's important. I know a couple introverts that specifically watch the show that I talk to.
Okay.
I know a couple introverts that are looking to start their own business, and they're a little nervous about that, obviously, because they're an introvert. And that, you know, I think one of the hardest things to do, especially for an introvert, is to put yourself out there like that.
Yeah.
Bailey, I want you to touch about this. Like, what are some of the things you do to help yourself get out of your to be comfortable being uncomfortable?
To be comfortable being uncomfortable. Man, it's really tough for me to pinpoint any specific thing, because I feel like I'm really good at flipping a switch. Because when I'm by myself or whatever, I don't need people around. I can just be in my own zone. But when I do something like this, like on the drive, how many episodes has it been? Seven episodes. I'm nervous on the way over here, like, okay, who do we got? What questions is he gonna ask me? Blah, blah, blah. How am I gonna respond? And then as soon as I get in here, it's like, boom, it's time to go.
Yeah.
But I will go back to when I was in middle school, I was actually in theater. So I think that helped me out a lot. You probably would never
I would have never guessed that.
Like, that was just something that I did, and I was it was the same thing, like, real quiet kid, didn't talk in class, didn't cause no problems, but as soon as we got to theater, it was lights are on. So I think that's something that I learned to be able to do at a young age, where it was just kind of fun. So that way I could apply that to the business world. Like, in my job, it's the same thing. Like, I don't really like people, but I know that I need these people to make money. Like, I get bonuses off of surveys and good rapport, whatever the case may be. So I pick up that phone, hey, it's Robert, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't talk like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's reps,
right?
You know, just
reps.
Just keep doing it.
Mental reps.
You've got to face that fear every time, and I get that fear every single time I get into a situation sort of like this, where it's on me. Like, I have to present whatever the content is. So right now I feel fine, but getting here, boy, it's something else. Yeah,
I know you messaged me last week, and it was like, man, thank you, because I know this is out your comfort zone. And honestly, when I first asked you to be on the show, I didn't think you were gonna say yes.
Well, it's weird, because even before we had gone to the 1% conference, I have a journal of just like notes and inspirational things, just my own thoughts. And I was really considering, like, I want to be able to motivate people, mostly young people, but I didn't know how, because of the way that I am. So I always knew that it was something for me. I just didn't know how I would end up doing it. And like, it's like, okay, 5 years down the road, or however long it's been, here we are. This is my opportunity. You know, it's not my show, but I feel like I have something to add to it.
It's your show. It's your show. I think that's a good. Let's talk about that, because it's about the execution. And maybe you wouldn't have did it ever by yourself, right? But now that you have somebody that supports you, someone that has the same vision. And the crazy part, when we started the show, it was all about it was all about, to me, helping younger people. And then we started the show, and I just got a whole bunch of grown people. Like,
older.
Exactly. Like, when we say older, we're talking about, you know, the young age of 40, like myself, you know?
My name is Sharon Teresa Forbes Armstrong. I heard about True Health from Andrew Nunez, who I've known for quite a while. And so I trusted him and the fact that he would do me right by providing a healthier lifestyle for me and my husband. The water quality in my home now is perfect. I couldn't ask for anything better. I really love the fact that the follow-up with the company is really good. When something did happen to my water filtration system, Andrew Nunez was right there on the spot immediately to take care of it. A lot of times you do business with small businesses and you don't get the follow-up. Andrew Nunez has always been on the spot with follow-up, and I appreciate that.
That you may not I mean, you executed the whole business, right? And it's thriving. How do you execute every day?
Just planning correctly, just and sticking to that plan. You have to stick with your plan, because if you just kind of go in there and kind of wing it, like the old saying goes, you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? And it's true. It still holds true. That's why people still say it, So it's just sticking to that plan and not being afraid to fail. Honestly, that's the biggest thing. Like, you can't be afraid to fail. If I'm worried about, like, man, what if I don't do it? Like, what if I don't make it? There's no choice for me but to make it, because I'm not scared of that. Like, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it work because I have a plan. Because I have a plan. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to do the work that needs to be done and just continue to grow and move forward that way. So, like you said, execution, honestly, it's more basic than that. It's just actually doing it versus not like, hey, man, I thought I was going to get this far. I didn't get this far in this amount of time. But you know what? I still made progress, and you build on that progress, Yeah. So it's basically that sticking to the plan, doing those little steps to get to where you want to go. So that's what execution is.
We talk about progress over perfection.
Right.
Like, in order to take 1,000 steps, you got to take one.
Exactly.
And so if people can focus on that, focus on taking that one step every single day, waking up and being grateful.
Yeah.
To kind of bring back the Hall of Fame thing, you got to do it with a passion.
Right.
And if you think about the one thing in the Hall of Fame group this year, you think passion, who do you think?
Kobe.
No,
KG.
Not KG. I threw you alley-oop right there. Kobe, obviously, yes. We're going to talk about Kobe. I'm still saving Kobe for you.
KG,
know,
now I get what you're saying.
Emotional, but KG did it with such a passion that, that was literally something that drew the people to him, his teammates to him. How do you find passion? Can you find passion?
Yes, you can find passion. That's a good question. I never really thought about that. How do you find passion? You just got to find
your passion every day.
Just what motivates me, like you said, you can wake up, be thankful, but that can't be enough. You can't just be happy to be alive. You can't be thankful. What are you going to do with that day? Like, what do you set out to accomplish? Whatever, whatever step you need to take to get to where you want to go, that's what's going to fuel your passion. Like me, my passion is the process. I love doing those things daily, day in, day out. They might be meticulous. They might be not meaningful to others. But to me, you know what? Those little baby steps, those small steps, they're going to take me to where I need to go. So I think you say it right. Like your passion. What is it? Your
gift, your why,
is your passion, your purpose, right?
Yeah.
So you got to find your purpose. Your purpose is going to drive your passion. So.
How do you find your passion every day? Because I know you are not passionate about what you do. So, and that's man. It's important to talk about it, and I don't want to put you on the spot. We talk about it enough on the show. But there's a lot of people out there like you, right? That truly don't like what they're doing every single day. How do you coach them up, coach?
So, you still have to find outside of those parameters the things that you do enjoy, those things that you are passionate about. No matter how tired you are, how worn down you might be, somebody, leaning into you all day, but you got to, outside of that, leave it where it's at. And, for me, it's training or spend time with my family. One thing that I've been into, like, heavy is the penny stocks. Like, I can't wait to try to open up that book and get some more chapters or pages in every day. Like, you just have to find those things outside. Don't let your non-passionate side consume your passion.
Ooh, that's good right there. That's
because you burn out quick, and I've been there before. Like, I've moved around different companies because of that. I allowed myself to be just enveloped in just things that didn't add any value to me. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot about the things outside of that would help keep me going, to make me realize that maybe that situation isn't what I want it to be, but it's going to be that vehicle for that moment, and just treat it as that. It's just an object, okay? Don't let that burn you up.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Like, for me, the coaching, the semi-pro still, I love real estate, I love talking to people, but I know I'm a coach at heart, right? So, like, I find that as my outlet, like kind of my fix. I always say like the kid. Sheesh, that's the thing now, right, El? You're young, right? Don't y'all do the thing with the ice in the veins? Anyway, don't worry about it. But I find like I still do that on the side, right? Because I still love coaching, and I still love coaching men and trying the game.
I just love to compete. Like that's a
the competition. But I use the competition every day in real estate.
Yeah.
The craziest thing about real estate, when you get into real estate, every realtor wants to add you on Facebook and Instagram. And I think that's kind of interesting, right? Like I
want to see how you're moving.
Think so?
I think so. You want to keep tabs.
They want to keep tabs. Because I don't, well, I guess I'm lying if I say I don't try to keep. If I see someone like, dang, that's like their 4th house this week, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? What should I be doing? Am I maximizing my potential? Am I maximizing my efforts? And I think that's how we can use social media. I think we use it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
But you can, it's not comparing yourself, because I truly believe what is for me can never leave me. What's not for me can never stay.
Right.
You know, but if I see somebody out there grinding and I see somebody doing something better than me, that's just a competitor to me. I think we can use social media and life in general like that. It's not comparing, but it's like, okay, well now you woke me up a little earlier today, because it looks like you eating a little bit more than me. And ultimately, the reason why I do this now is for my family, for my cousins, for all the people that I'm trying to change generational curses on. That's the stuff that motivates me, you know. What are some of the things that you're passionate about outside of your business?
Me, I do like coaching too. Like, I just wish I had more time. You know, it's just, it's very, like what I do is very time consuming, but I do wish I had more time to coach basketball. You know, like whenever I can help my son, I'm there. Like I've taken him to y'all's trainings before, you know. It's just, I'm passionate about my family. I want to coach, so I'm trying to position myself to buy more time, you know, because that's what it's essentially about. We're never going to get more, you know. So I don't, like you said, touched on it earlier. I don't want to waste it. Like that time that I have now, I maximize the day, win the day, to put myself in that position to get to where I want to go, which is more time with my family, be more hands off with my business, be able to coach, whether it be like little kids, my daughter, soccer, something, you know, because I'm competitive too. I do wish I had time for that, but I would say, kind of like you, maybe not as passionate as you as coaching, because you've done it forever, right? Yeah. But coaching and family, you know, and that also just, I'm really passionate about helping people. Like that's kind of the reasons why I was honored to come on today, you know. Even if I just help one person, that's more than enough, you know. Like one person's more than enough. Like we have to want to leave this earth, this place, better than when we came into it, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are born into a good situation, you know, so you learn things, you teach yourself, but if you learn and aren't able to teach somebody, kind of coach them per se, like you wasted it. You wasted all your knowledge, your talent. Yeah, what did you leave behind? So really it's helping people. Yes, it could be through coaching, but I'm really passionate about helping people, you know.
Let's talk about that. Leaving it better, passing it forward, or pay it forward,
yeah.
Right? People like us, I would say.
What you mean, us people?
People like us.
Oh, okay.
Let me finish. See this guy.
Humans.
I don't like your body language right now. Uncross your hands.
I'm just trying to.
What I'm saying is like people that come from where I come from, Marabat. I'm sure your situation wasn't the greatest growing up, right? Bailey. What I'm saying is like we've been at a disadvantage, I think, right? Because I don't know if there was people like us, there wasn't shows, there wasn't people, there wasn't we didn't live in the information age where you can just Google everything and figure it out.
Right.
And these kids today, and people in general, sell themselves short because you look at the penny stock thing too, it's like, man, LeBron came on and just like, whoa, right? Like, but that's not like penny stocks just
started.
Yeah. I was talking to my dad about it. My dad's like, "What's been going on for a long time?" I was like, "Well,
why'd you tell me?"
Right. Like why I didn't learn this stuff.
Right.
I didn't learn that I can go out and grind and work hard. You know, water softener was the first really, I guess T-Mobile, but sales job that I had that I realized what I put in, I can get out.
Yeah.
As much as I love teaching and coaching, I would pour, and my check was still the same.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that because there's a place for that. And it was a season of my life that I knew that that's what I wanted to do, right?
Right.
But I also got to a place in my life that I realized I can't even afford my own house. This guy lived with me. He was my roommate. Why? Because my mortgage went up. My realtor, I'm not going to say her name.
Messed up situation.
It was, I didn't know anything about real estate. I didn't know anything about escrow. I don't know. I was paying my mortgage every month, and all of a sudden I'm $6,000 behind on my mortgage. What? Taxes? Yeah. Like, I haven't been late. I paid. I didn't learn that stuff. I didn't learn that they value of taxes, and there's so many things that now I went through it. And I make sure my clients don't go through it.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is that there's nobody, if we're not teaching people what we are learning through our experiences, why did we go through it? You know, my bishop, and I'm so excited to see him preach today, he always says, a lot of the times, if not always, the stories, what you go through is not even for you.
Right.
It's for somebody else. And if we can't share our life experiences, the whole point of the show, to help people get through theirs, then what are we doing? Mm-hmm. Dad, penny stocks, did you know about it? Why didn't you ever get into it? What legacy do you want to leave for people is what I'm saying, to help them learn something that you didn't know growing up?
I want people to know and believe that they truly can accomplish anything. So that there's a lot of layers to that, right? Like a lot of layers. Like you said, we may not have started in the best situation, but in today's age, like information is free, right? So if you're not putting yourself, if you're not putting yourself on game, it's kind of your own fault, So there can be no more blame, no more I didn't know, no one taught me. Now, if you don't know, it's because you don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? So, but with that, what I want to do is just like you said, like I want for people to learn from my mistakes, my downfalls, my struggles. Because one thing my dad always taught me, and it's always stuck with me, like although experience is the best, like education, sometimes the tuition's too high. So what does that mean?
Ooh, say that again.
Hi, I'm Alex, the head system monitor for Alternative Solar, and today we're happy to announce Solar Skins, a new option for solar enthusiasts that just don't like the way that black panels look on a roof, or if your HOA is giving you a hard time. Solar Skins are a graphic overlay that transforms your panel's visual appearance while also protecting them with a design that represents whatever you want. Whether you want your panels to look like your roof, a solid color, text, or an image, the skins are fully customizable to whatever you'd like. They come with a 10-year warranty and are compatible with any panel manufacturer. If you want to save money, energy, and look good doing it, contact Alternative Solar to learn more and see if a skin is right for you.
So although education may be the best, or although experience may be the best education, the tuition is sometimes far too high.
So what I would take from that is like somebody already paid
the
tuition.
Learn from my mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if we're not leaving people with that, then what are we here for? Like people don't need to make the same mistakes, and you might be the one bridging that gap to like, hey, look, this is how I did it. You don't have to do it. There's a better way. Kind of goes back to like how we work together. There is a better way. There's always a better way. And if you're not honestly trying to find that better way, maybe not the shortcut, just a better way, more efficiency, then you're just working too hard. So I'm not against hard work, but I am for working smarter. So I'm sorry. What was the original question again? What's going off?
No, that's good. That's good. Free phone on that because you're exactly right. The information is free.
Yeah.
You should learn from other people's experiences.
Yeah.
Who did you learn from as far as experiences that kind of helped mold and shape you today?
My dad, like he had, huge impact on me. Like he grew up without a father, you know, so he knew what he didn't want to be. So honestly, sometimes that is the best teacher. You know what you don't want to be. You don't want. He learned from the mistake. You know, it wasn't his mistake, but he learned from it. Yeah. And now, I mean, that's probably the reason why I am the way I am today. You know, so maybe sometimes might have been too hard, to this, to that, but at the end of the day, that's all he knew, and he kind of helped mold me into the way I am. You know, so my dad for sure. I had a couple coaches, actually middle school back in Japan. I lived in Japan back in the day. So a couple coaches, that's kind of where the hard work kind of came into play. You know, like, believe it or not, I was one of the biggest back then, you know, but then my growth, when I was in Japan, Hey, you can't say that now, right? No, but I was like,
hey, cut that out.
No, I mean, I grew up on a military base, but I was like one of the tallest, but then I stopped growing, you know, I grew sideways, but I wasn't going up. So,
I know a trainer that can help you.
All right, bet. So, the hard work. So, like, hey, even though you're not going to be the fastest, you can outwork them. You know, it's not like kind of Tim Duncan. He's not the fastest. He's not the most athletic, but he got to where he needed to go to score. Yeah, it's all about the fundamental. He could put any move on you. Like, if he wanted to score, he was going to score.
Right.
Like, there's bigger, stronger, faster guys guarding him, but he was still going to get his buckets. You know,
absolutely.
So that's kind of like where I learned, like finding out where my, I guess not insecurities, but my shortcomings are, work on them, but really maximize like what I'm good at. Right. So that's where that came into play. So shout out Coach Gunn, 98, Tommy Gunn,
Tommy Gunn.
Yep.
That sounds like a Top Gun. What is it?
Tommy Gunn. Nah, he was actually a spouse. His wife was in the military.
Oh wow.
And he was just there working with like the kids, like in the what is it called?
Cool.
Like MWR, like the youth centers and stuff.
Okay.
So,
I think you said two things in that I kind of wanted to elaborate on. You said you focused on I think people focus on their weaknesses more than you can focus on your strengths.
Yeah, you don't want them to hold you back. That's an excuse. People use it as an excuse.
Right. Like I'm not the fastest. I'm not. But okay, what are you? Are you the most passionate like KG? I mean, obviously KG was super skillful, but if you think about KG, it was his passion.
Right.
You think about Tim Duncan, it was the big fundamental. He was very consistent.
Yes.
And knew his spots on the floor, knew what he was good at, and did that really well. The other thing, I think I just forgot it. You said, you mentioned, okay, I already lost my train of thought. You said focus on the strengths, not the weaknesses. Gosh, Dario, you said something else that I can't remember right now.
Work on the weaknesses?
Not work on the weaknesses, but so that's why I have to write stuff down because my mind be going all over the place.
Yeah.
But excuses, I like that you said people use that as an excuse, right? But focus on your strengths. Bailey, you got anything? Maybe it'll come back to me if you start talking.
Not on that. I was going to say when you were talking about how you may not come from the best situation, but I think that aspect actually helps you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you realize that there is something better. It makes you a little bit more gritty. You know what I'm saying? You can add that grit to the grind. Shout out Coach Mercer. That's like his little saying, but I think you do have to have a little bit of grit. If you come from, for lack of a better term, nothing, I mean, you've got to have, that's going to push you forward if you want something better. So you can use it to your advantage. You can use that disadvantage to help motivate you forward.
I had a conversation with a young man a couple of days ago who is in the business of real estate, and he's, let's just say he comes from money. He has money, right? Mm-hmm. And it was him and his girlfriend. We were talking. We were just having a conversation, and he was kind of like asking where I was from and how I got into the business or whatever. And then he was like, his family comes from real estate. So when we talk about knowing things that I didn't know, like I just got into real estate, a year and a half, right? The point of the story was I was like, you know what, like. Nobody taught me what I'm learning now, right? Like I had to go out and learn it. And so your point is you're ahead of me, but you're not gonna outwork me.
Right.
Because I see this now, and I see what it can do for my family and the people around me, and what it can provide, the time, really, the freedom, so to speak. And so it's like you don't open the floodgates for me. Like, I'm about to grind, like, and that's what I'm doing, like no other, right?
Yeah.
But I told him, like, no disrespect, but you're not gonna outwork me because you don't have to.
Right.
You don't have to outwork me. You're good. You're good. I mean, this kid's like 23 years old. Like,
with every resource that he can want.
Every resource that he can have. And I think we need to look at that. Yes, we do have resources. Information is free now. But to your point, is like, who's going to outwork who? Who's going to outwork who? And I see you working all the time and grinding like that. So I do want to transition to your guy now, to Kobe. And the reason I saved him for last, I think we got Tamika Catchings, who, had got through her struggles. You have KG was passionate. We have the big fundamental. Then you got Kobe. I'm just gonna let you. Obviously being from that area, what does Kobe mean? What did Kobe mean to you, and why?
Hard work. Came in out of high school. Didn't start, but he felt like he belonged. So. First off, he believed in himself, He put in that work. Every day, even though he wasn't starting, getting those shots up, every day, showing up to practice, practicing hard, And he had an example, Michael Jordan. Everyone knows him for the same thing, So he kind of had like a blueprint, but kind of what you said, he kind of went further with it. He took it upon himself to follow that blueprint, because just because that blueprint exists,
Calm down.
Just because that blueprint exists, it's no good if you don't put it to use,
Right.
And that's what Kobe did. So, we remember, like, he had his huge, like, because his life was in the public eye. He had like that whole thing in Colorado, his wife, all that stuff. But he didn't. I could have knocked any man down, but he didn't. He just went to work, and then what happened after that? Got the MVP. Right? You remember that? What was it, 2007, 2008? Like, just wrecking. You don't remember? February averaged like 50 points.
I'm terrible at dates.
Oh, man.
I'm so bad at dates.
MVP year. Like, he had a whole month where he averaged like 50 points. Like 50 points. So
That sounds all right.
so he was always putting in the work, and that he also had passion. That's why when you first asked, I was like, well, Kobe, like, some of his teammates hated him,
Oh, yeah.
But it goes back to being a leader. Sometimes you have to have that difficult conversation with your players, your teammates, workers. You got to have it, So he did that. So what he did is it went past the court, Like, he was worldwide. He's probably like the biggest superstar in China, China.
Outside Michael Jordan.
It's probably Kobe Bryant. Even bigger than Yao Ming, honestly. Google it.
I'm gonna need
Google
to
it.
Stats, L. I'm gonna post it
Doc.
up on the bottom, L.
Check it. No, check it. Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah.
Kobe was a worldwide phenomenon, but Kobe in China, like, they love Kobe. Like, they love him.
Absolutely.
So he had a huge impact on everybody. Remember the whole Mamba system? We saw all these commercials with all these athletes and musicians, and he transcended like basketball. Go ahead.
Why do you think? You got this guy, a basketball player, right?
Yeah.
And you talked about the Mamba mentality, where you mentioned it, and I think that's why he transcended, because the people that related to him weren't all athletes,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you talk about China, you talk about globally, people that probably never picked up a basketball. He impacted their life. Why? Because it was public how hard he worked. It was public his Mamba mentality. We talk about mindset all the time on this show. It's just big on your mindset. What you said is his teammates hated him. You're gonna have people in life that hate you.
Yeah.
Because you work hard.
Yep. Yeah.
Think about that. It's like, I'm not even saying you don't, I'm not calling you out for not working hard.
Yeah.
All I'm going about is me working hard. And maybe Kobe did call us out as teammates, because when you want something bad enough and you're willing to put in the work and the time.
Yeah.
Think about that. You get hated on because you work hard.
Yeah. So what that is, honestly, it's people seeing their shortcomings because of what you've done. You know, that's all it is. They have to look at themselves, like you said, man. Wow, man, he made me wake up a little earlier. Like, let me make a few more phone calls. Let me send a few more emails. Your teammates or whatever, your peers. Right. It's not that they hate you; they hate themselves at the end of the day. That they hate their shortcomings. They hate that they're not willing to work as hard as you. Right. They hate that that their grind does stop. You know.
Why you think that?
Man, I'm really trying to
something crazy to wrap your head around, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that when you work like Kobe, you're gonna step on some people's toes. But I guess you can't necessarily get that mixed up with pulling people down on your way to the top either. I think those are two different scenarios, but yeah, that's some insecurity right there.
Yeah, sure it is.
I've noticed that sometimes I get love for the things that we're doing now, but then I see people that see and they'll never say nothing, right? And I think it's a balance because I'm just trying to motivate. Right. I think we're just trying to help people and motivate. I don't ever want it to come off like I got it all together or we have it all together. And I think that's the humbleness part is like, I don't have it all together. I don't, I don't think you do and you do, but
absolutely not.
We're willing to help the ones and the twos and the threes, the people that are just getting started in their own process in their own life. Right. Because I might be a 5 and so I can help a 1. I'm not saying I'm a 10, but I don't get that. I don't get why people will be like hating on you because you grind.
Right.
Like I don't get that. Like we're trying to motivate you.
Just that jealousy. I mean, I don't know.
It's jealousy and it's just
I think you said it perfect. They see that they're not willing to do the work.
Exactly what it is.
And so they're like,
who is this guy? Like I grew up with him. And that's another thing. Like those people, it's always the ones closest to you. Always the ones you thought that would always have your back.
People may misconstrue that as like arrogance too, you know what I'm saying? Like they might take your success as, well, this guy's just showing off versus, the work that you put in. Yeah. It's just because you've done that, you've become successful and people know about it.
So I posted the picture the other day on my social media of when I got jumped in 2007. And there was a lot of people that knew about it. There's a whole bunch of people that didn't, especially my following on social media. Like I said, there's a lot of realtors, a lot of people that didn't know me, right? Professionals, they're probably like, what the heck? I didn't post that for anything other than like, you don't know what someone's been through. You don't know what someone's driving. I mean, there's a lot of people that reached out like, are you okay? Like they thought it happened. Like I guess y'all don't read because I posted 2007, but it freaked a lot of people out, right? And I had a couple people like, man, I think this is great that you're sharing that. People that knew about it. We don't know what we're going through. I say this all the time. You never know what someone's going through or what someone's been through. So this overnight success or the success that some people may deem me as having, which I don't consider myself successful at all, is that we all have been through something. And I can talk about cancer that I've gone through, being jumped in 2007, a whole nother story that I'll talk about one day. I mean, I have stories that drive me that he knows, and that there's people in my inner circle that know about things that I've been through that I've never even shared with the world.
Right.
And the whole soapbox I'm on is because it's not easy. What we do, something drives you, and you have to find the thing that's going to drive you, right? Your passion, your KG passion, your Mamba mentality. Once you figure out your passion, now you got to go be a Mamba and have that dog mentality. I'm gonna outwork everybody in the building, and then you can use the information to be the big. I'm just tying this all together. The big fundamental, and hone your craft. Yeah. Tim Duncan honed his craft to the T, right? Whether you're a video guy, whether you're doing I can't remember the name. True Health, whether you're working at the body shop, you still do your job well. You hate it. But you do your job well, right? And then with the real estate thing, I just want to help people. So kind of closing this all up here. Do you have anything you want to leave the people? What would you say is your advice? And we always kind of ask this question. Are you reading any books right now that you like to share or drop on us?
Right now, I'm reading The Dichotomy of Leadership by Jocko Willink. You ever heard of him? Y'all know him?
I can't even spell that.
Write that down.
Dichotomy of Leadership.
I can't write that down. I don't know how to spell it.
Dichotomy?
The Dichotomy of Leadership.
It has a D and a Y in it, I'm sure.
That's how I'm reading right now. I just finished Shoe Dog, the Nike I Feel Knight's auto memoirs.
Shoe Dog.
Yeah,
I gotta check that one out.
Yeah. I'm always reading. I'm a big believer in readers are leaders. So that's where I get all my stuff. I'm always reading. If you're not learning, man, you're
now,
dying.
are you an Audible or are you like an actual?
I like pages.
What do you think about Audible listeners and readers? I would ask everybody this question.
You're already making a differentiation yourself.
Yeah, I mean it's all about how you best consume the information. At the end of the day, it's all about the information.
See?
If you're lazy or you
lazy,
if you want to grind and have a physical book.
But I think that I agree that there is something to be said about actual physical page and reading. And I honestly think I soak up the information better that way. I honestly feel like I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff.
I think it goes back to what type of learner you are. You know, I'm an audible learner. Like if I hear it, I know it. Yeah. If I read it, I'm like, my mind just be going all over the place.
See, I'm like completely opposite. Like I could just tune out something.
Yeah. Like I can't. Like if I'm running or working out or something, I can't listen to it because I'm focused on, hey, let me finish this extra mile or let me these extra reps.
No, I'd rather be listening to that than while I'm working out, so I don't think about what I'm doing because I'm just listening to the knowledge. But okay, so I like Shoe Dog, and you said the
Dichotomy of Leadership.
Dichotomy.
It's about leadership. Jocko Willink and his partner, I forgot Leaf.
Jocko. How you spell Jocko?
Jocko.
Jocko. Okay.
Yeah, I just started it. It's about Navy SEAL, basically leadership. You know, like all the dichotomy, like the dilemma. You know, the contradiction of leadership. Like he's training these men, these Navy SEALs, which are the best of the best. And he's sending them into situations where they could potentially die. You know, they do have some casualties, they do lose them, but the dichotomy is like you love these guys like they're your brothers, but you're sending them into the situation for the bigger mission. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. So,
it's about like coaching. I always feel terrible when one of my guys gets hurt, especially in semi-pro, because we're doing it for free, right? And sometimes these young men don't have insurance. And it's like, that's why I always like, if you played for me, like if I could help you, because you literally sacrificed your body for me. So that's a lot like you going to war, you know, so to speak. Obviously not the same thing, but I think that's super interesting about that. You ever heard of David Goggins? Yeah. Yeah, that dude's. Yeah. If I don't want to wake up, that dude, I'm like,
he's gonna wake you up.
Oh my God, like get the F up. Yeah. Like, that's all I hear in my head sometimes, but sometimes I still don't get it. Man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate I think more people like you in the business and in the entrepreneur world that are really about helping people. I think if you really have that outlook on life, everything takes care of itself. Obviously you got to work and put in that stuff.
Of course.
But when you have a pure heart in anything you do,
spirit of gratitude.
Spirit of gratitude. People will recognize that, and you know you've helped a lot of my clients, and I appreciate that. And they've said good things about that. So, again, man, anything else you want to leave? That book. What would you say? Shout out to Kobe. Oh, when you brought that up, I want to shout out to my boy Brandon Elam, Mr. No Slack himself, because he trains a lot of military people. I don't know his actual rank, but he's a trainer of men and leaders in the military, and he's writing a book right now.
Okay.
I'm so excited, and he's like, I want to send it to you. I want you to read it first, and absolutely, I'd be honored.
Yeah.
Mr. No Slack himself, Brandon Elam, man, doing great things. Any final words?
Nah, man, just don't be scared to put in the work. You know, whatever it is, just do it. You know, you just have to do the work. There's no way around it. You have to do the work.
Be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right, did you get that?
Got it.
Got it. Bailey, you want to leave anything? No. What book are you reading right now?
For sure, Penny Stocks for Dummies. For sure.
Yeah. Shout out LaRon.
I feel that is my vehicle, my next vehicle.
Okay.
I did pick up I think Big Rob talked about it, and LaRon too.
48 power.
The 48. Well, LaRon talked about the 48 laws of power. They both talked about Richest Man in Babylon. So I picked both of those up. So those would be the next two on the list. I did actually reread Relentless, the Tim S. Grover.
Yeah. Oh, he has a new one coming out.
The Cleaner and the Cleanser.
Winning drops the 18th of this month.
Winning.
Yeah.
I can't say I read. Yeah. I've listened to Relentless.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah. I might have to revisit that one also.
Mm-hmm.
The closing. Yeah. So cool. Well, again, we want to thank you guys. Andrew, thank you for coming on. Andrew Nunez with True Health.
Creating safer
spaces. He changed
the
name. That's why I see. He changed the name. So I know my guy. True Health. We appreciate you having Bailey. Thank you again. We want to thank our sponsor, Alternative Solar, for allowing us to use the building, the facilities. Mm-hmm. Are they still giving away a Tesla? What's up?
I didn't get a Tesla. I didn't get no bonus money. I got some light bulbs and a thermostat. Truly grateful for it, but man.
Eric, you hear this? What's going on, man?
If you haven't gotten solar panels, get them now. I'm telling you.
Because you can get a Tesla.
You can get a Tesla,
Great incentives.
If you're looking for home health, water purification, air, hit up Andrew. If you're looking for a house, hit me up first, and then we can work on the rest of the things, all right? The real estate coach here, again, thank our sponsor, Alternative Solar. Like, subscribe, share, please. We love the support. Anything, comment, anything that you guys want to see moving forward. We're going to keep trying to bring some content and just trying to impact some people's lives. So thank you for tuning in to Chalk Talk, the open playbook of life, and we'll see y'all next time. What's up, guys? The real estate coach here, man. Just want to thank you guys for all the support. Chalk Talk, the open playbook of life. Please like and subscribe on the YouTube. Don't forget to hit the notification button so you can get updated on when we drop episodes. And also, if you're trying to catch up on the latest episodes, just go ahead and click right here and you'll see that. So again, we appreciate all the support. Leave some comments, anything that we can do to get better and provide you some topics for the show that'll help you. We're all about it. So remember, your gift plus your why equals your purpose.